Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us and for tuning in. I'm Thabang Masanabo, and today we're in conversation with two phenomenal powerhouses of women who are going to tell us a little bit about who they are and, more importantly, what it is that they do. I'm talking, of course, of the big news, the brand ambassador of Avroy Shlain, Miss Nonhlanhla Mdluli, and of course the marketing director of Avroy Shlain, Shira Evans. Let's start with you, Nonhlanhla Mdluli. I mean, we've heard so much of you concerning music-wise, but there's a lot more to you than that. Can you just explain to us who is Nonhlanhla Mdluli and a little bit more about your music as well?
So in a nutshell, Nonhlanhla is a mom, she is a wife, she's a daughter. She was born and raised in the dusty streets of Katlehong, and I was raised by a very strong single mom, who taught me a life of faith. And so I was raised in a very strong faith-based background. And so you could say I am a church girl. And that's where my love for music began, really. I was a very shy girl growing up. And my biggest fear was to stand in front of crowds, So having my mom back then as the choir master, who pushed me and encouraged me to just participate and, in the church choir, in community events. And so, and music back then was a very big part of my community. And so that I slowly gained the courage, to stand in front of crowds. And I started winning a lot of music competition, and I realized that actually this is my path. And I told myself that one day I want to inspire the world with my music. And professionally, I started singing at the age of 16, when I was spotted by gospel legend Pastor Benjamin Dube.
Wow.
Yes, and I went on. God, so many doors started opening up after that opportunity. I went on to work with Joyous Celebration and, Hugh Masikela, Mama Miriam Makeba, Brenda Fassi. But basically my voice has just allowed me to stand on some of the biggest stages, in the world. And I'm so grateful to have worked with some of the biggest names in the world, and now I'm here.
Finding the right partner for such a big company as Avroy Shlain is so important. And just take us through the thinking behind choosing Nonhlanhla Mdluli as your brand ambassador. What inspired that decision?
Her story is such an inspiration, and very similar to all the Avroy Shlain women who have also succeeded in life. And her magical voice and her passion actually touches the soul and just gives women the opportunity and the feeling to know that they too can succeed with their dreams.
You've just begun your journey with Avroy Shlain. Tell us about that. How did that unfold?
Oh my gosh, it's been such an exciting journey, and I am just incredibly humbled to be part of it. It started, when Avroy Shlain was launching the True Beauty Shine campaign, and a campaign that inspires girls and young women to dream. It's always been my dream, to partner with a brand that shares my values. And Avroy Shlain is all about women empowerment, and they're determined to help women succeed. I just love Avroy Shlain products as well, how they just bring out the individual beauty within each and every woman.
Do you have any parting tips for us?
I think the best a person can feel is when they help others to achieve their beauty, and being kind to other people and giving them the opportunities that you had. And that's when you feel fantastic. And it really just helps to express the realness. Women like to help other women. And knowing that you're doing that makes you even more beautiful.
That was such profound insight, so much truth in there. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. It was an insightful conversation that we had, really inspiring to look at the meaning of true beauty, the campaign by Avroy Shlain, True Beauty Shines. And I was in conversation with the marketing director of Avroy Shlain, Shira Evans, and of course their beautiful brand ambassador, Mrs. Nonhlanhla Mdluli. Take care and thank you for joining us.